Eon said, good class. It's free. Hey man, you know, I'm a giver. That's what makes me a good stock trader. I'm generous. I'm generous.
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag.
We're gonna see if we can get through some of these trading demons. Not being patient and waiting for my setup. Yep. Overcoming the lack mindset. Yep. Okay. Entry points. Okay. Got you. Got you. Okay. Next step, seeing the V's and the U's. Oh, so the next steps after seeing the V's and the U's. Okay. That's good. That's good. Believe it or not, the V's and the U's are, I don't want to call them your entry points, but they're your entry points. Believe it or not. Let's see. Not controlling my losses. You know, that's one of the hardest things too, is understanding when you're wrong, right? Knowing when you're wrong. I finally learned how to stop trying to chase fast money. Yep. Accumulate money over time. Yep. That's a big one. Because I tell people all the time, right? This is a real thing. I say, listen, before we move to this office, right? One of the things that I did, one of my one-on-ones, I told him, I said, listen, the number one thing that you're going to have to do, that you're going to have to, you know, get good at is knowing, one, when you're wrong. That was somebody's biggest hang up. But number two, knowing how to actually compound, or not even knowing, but understanding the game of compound or compounding. And the reason why I say that is because there's a popular saying by, I want to say it was Carnegie. Yes. Andrew Carnegie said, and he was kind of like taken after Albert Einstein, but Albert Einstein says compounding is like the eighth wonder of the world, right? Now, Andrew Carnegie took it a step further. I believe it was him. And he says, hey, if you're not compounding, you're being, and I'm paraphrasing, if you're not compounding your money, you're being compounded, right? You're compounding somebody else's money. I'm gonna say that in a different way, maybe in a present day type of thing. If you're not being patient and making that money step by step, and you're trying to hurry up and rush, you're adding to somebody else who's taking it step by step. You are giving them the money. And there's another saying that's right inside of that that says, if you can't see the liquidity, you're the liquidity. Now that's something that we're gonna have to focus on, because a lot of people, does anybody know what that means when I say that? If you can't see the liquidity, you're the liquidity. Do you know what that means? Because if not, that's probably the biggest thing we probably need to focus on today when it comes to trying to trade. Type 2, if you know what, if you do not know what that means, type 2. If you do not know what that means, when I say if you can't see the liquidity, you are the liquidity. Type 2 if you don't know what that means. They're taking your money. Kind of, Patricia. Yeah, I mean, kind of. There's a better way of saying it. Now, what's up, Emma? Now, for me, if you can't see the liquidity, you are the liquidity. Yes, that means they're taking your money, kind of, but that means something when it comes to trading, right? Now, I didn't get a lot of twos, so I'm going to assume all of y'all know what it is. I said type 2 if you don't know what it is. Nobody type 2, so I'm assuming, yeah, okay, y'all know what that is, so that's good. So we won't go into it. But, okay, there's a 2. But basically what that means in a nutshell when it comes to the charts is that if you don't know when you're wrong, and let's say instead of placing a stop loss, you keep holding your position, right? Let's say you get into a position, instead of putting a stop loss, you hold your position. Now, you were wrong at, let's say you get in at $5 and It's supposed to go to 10. You think it's going to 10. It goes to 4. It goes to 3. You should have got out at 4, right? And if you couldn't see that the liquidity was at 4 and you need to get out of there, right? And you kept holding, you kept holding, you kept holding. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to hold to 1. Right? It gets to 1, but it gets so scary because at 1, it's like, you get out of there at 1, which was your liquidity zone. Right? 1 was your liquidity zone, and then it runs up to 10. Does that ever happen to anybody? They bring it down, and you're like, I can't take any more. You hold it, but you get to a point where it's like, I can't take any more. You get out, and as soon as you get out, it goes in your direction. I know it happens to a lot of y'all. I know it happens to a lot of y'all. Why? Because I'm you. I've been you. I've been in your position before. I know exactly what you're going through, right? That was one of the reasons. Somebody said it happened to me today. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to come in and, create this environment. Because I know people are having issues with that. I know it. It's definitely one of the things, right? What's up, Slim? Slim said, I'm sorry, I'm late. It's all good. It's all good. Let me see. Okay. So the reason why that happens is because there is a psychological game that happens in the stock market, okay? And that's what we have to talk about today. Psychology. Now, because I'll be honest with you, because my lighting is trash, when I upload this replay, I'm probably just gonna blank the screen out because this lighting is, I don't like this at all. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna repost this. This is gonna be on Market Watch. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna have an interactive class, right? We're gonna talk about psychology because now I know half of y'all, I'm gonna lose half of you. All right, I'm getting out of here. You ain't talking about no charts. I'm out. And that's why you're losing. That's why you're losing. That's exactly why you're losing. Yeah, this little area up here, family, Gary says a cup light ceiling. Yeah, this little area up here. So we got the whole house downstairs. Now there's upper like floor. It's not even, I don't even say it's an attic. It's not really an attic, but it kind of is. And all of this top floor, I'm making like my podcast studio, right? But they're working in that one. And so it's like right next door. They're working in that one. So I gotta be in here. It's like a little space while, all of my stuff is in here while we're waiting on that to get finished. So this is kind of like a little temporary space as we're getting the podcast studio built out. But the Wi-Fi here is much better. So that's why, because in Puerto Rico, Wi-Fi is a little spotty. So you got to find somewhere on the island where it's not spotty. So we picked up, we moved, and I rented, I'm renting out my place at the St. Regis. So well, anyway, let's get to it. Malik, what's good, Malik? I love psychology. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun with it. I gotta stay hydrated. James, what's good, James? James said, I love the way you teach. I've been trading the futures market for about 3 years now. But since I've been coming to you or to your free classes, has changed how I look at the market. Bull flag, baby. I love it. Yeah, James. So look like we're getting a bull flag today, right? I mean, we should be getting one. It should play out on ES probably overnight, more than likely. We got a gap up because they're changing the contracts. Contracts are shifting on, right? What are some folks' problems of being a profitable trader? And that's what we're gonna get into today, psychology. The Beyond profits were crazy today. We not done. We just triggered some big stuff. I've been waiting on this trigger for 2 years. There's a line that we needed to cross over to trigger a big move. It just triggered it today. That's why I started moving the way it did. And I called it right in the group, in the STV group. I said, hey, Beyond getting ready to do something nuts. I said, the show's about to start. And literally, because I saw what it did. So we'll see. Hey, we'll see. We got to give it time still, but it's going to be good. Anyway, so most people's problem, there's a few things, right? And I have to talk like this. We're going to have some fun with this. So y'all strap up, make sure. I'm going to try my best not to cuss and be real raunchy because, there may be kids watching, right? So I don't want to be too crazy, but I'm going to keep it entertaining and we're going to have some fun, okay? So some of the psychology things or psychological things that I see, or I'm not even going to go there. What are some of the problems folks are having with being or becoming a profitable trader? I say psychology. I call it stinking thinking, right? And that's what we're going to have to dive into because you got to change it, right? You got to change it. I can look at a person and their actions, and then I can tell you. So for example, we out to eat. I can tell you how you treat the waitress or the waiter, and I can almost tell you whether or not you're going to be a good trader or not. I can tell you if you're going to be a good trader or not, at least based on who you are currently. Now, I say that because, and this is just one example, right? I say that because how you do anything, for the most part, is how you do everything, right? Now, I know some of you are thinking, Tay, how in the hell can you look at how I treat a waitress or waiter and tell whether or not I'm a profitable trader? How can you, because another thing, Tay, how can you look at my relationship and how I treat my wife, or ladies, how I treat my husband, and tell whether I'm going to be a profitable or a good trader or not? It's all in your habits, in your psychology. So I usually can tell if we're out to eat, we're waiting, and the bill, you're getting ready to pay the bill, and I watch how you tip. It's $100 bill, and you give the waiter $5. 9 times out of 10, you're probably not gonna be a good trader. Not with that psychology. Demetri said, let me get my water. I already know you're gonna drop some sauce. Yep. Yep, you already know how we do, Demetri. Now, a lot of people are probably thinking, wait a minute, you telling me how I tip a waiter is going to translate to how I trade? Mm-hmm. Yep. 9 times out of 10, yes. Why? Because 9 times out of 10, if you are afraid to part with money, watch this. If you are afraid to part with money, because the only reason you are afraid to part with money 9 times out of 10 is because you don't think more is flowing back to you. You're like, this is all I got. This is all I got. I got to hold on to this. Ooh, $100. I know that tip. I know that tip should be at least 10%, right? Scarcity mindset. There we go, family. See, my STB folks already know what's up. I see y'all coming in. Y'all already know what's up. Scarcity mindset. I call them T-Rex arms. When the bill come out and you drop, you with some other friends and the bill come out, them T-Rex arms. Ooh. No, I was going to get that bill, but seems to be a problem with my arms. Right? Scarcity mindset. Scarcity mindset. And this starts at the bottom. This starts at the bottom. You could be broke, but I can always see the kindness or the goodness in people's heart. I can always see the generosity in people, and I can instantly tell. And those are the times, a lot of times, those are people I'm like, hey, have you ever thought about trading stocks? You're pretty generous. You're pretty generous. You ever thought about trading stocks? Why? Well, that's a good question. Well, a lot of times when I see people who are more generous, they're not as T-Rex arm, prone. They're not as scarcity mindset as far as, man, that ain't coming back. So what tends to happen is their psychology usually doesn't play against them in the stock market like everybody else's does. Because most people who have a scarcity mindset, I might not get that back. Ooh, I don't know if I can do that. I got bills to pay. That's all we got for the month. The reason why you are literally failing at the market is because you don't know how to let the market move. Even if you know how to chart, all of the technical analysis, you've gone through all the YouTube videos, you've done all of that free stuff, right? But why can't you be a profitable trader in most cases? You haven't conquered this. You haven't conquered this. Because what tends to happen, no matter how good you are with charting, what tends to happen is you're 9 times out of 10 going to go into a trade and the market has a natural flow. I don't care how good you are at entries. It's going to flow. And a lot of times it's going to flow against you for a minute, right? It tick, 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 goes against you, and then it goes where it needs to go. Well, what happens with a lot of people is because they have that scarcity mindset, they don't even have the stomach. We'll just say that. I'm trying to be nice today. I'm trying to be a little more clean with it, with my message. They don't have the stomach to take the move, right? Take the move against them. So what happens is they start sweating. Their heart starts beating a little harder. Their palms get, sticky, and they start tapping the desk and pacing the room and looking around. If somebody's, calls their name, they're like, what? What do you want? Right? You get real on edge. I'm trading right now. I told you, leave me alone. You get real on edge, right? There's a reason for that. And it's probably one of two things that all still lead back to scarcity mindset. Number one, you're acting like that and you're afraid because, what's good, Toya? You're acting like that and you're afraid because guess what? You went too heavy. You went too heavy. If there's a thing, that's right, Malik, put too much money. There's a thing that I heard another one of the, somebody I respect in the market, Gareth is his name. Very, very brilliant guy. He's brilliant because he agrees with me. No, but he says a lot of things that I say. Like, we teach a lot of the same stuff. Moon phases and Mercury retrograde and all that stuff, trading stocks against that stuff. He does that as well. So that's why he's brilliant, because he agrees with me. No, but one of the things that I've heard him say to some of the guys here, for those of y'all who don't know, a lot of stock traders live here where I live, Puerto Rico, right? So we kind of know each other, at least the big boys. One of the things he says, and I love, is he says, hey, if we tie you to a kind of like an EKG to see what your heartbeat is doing, right? If we tie you to an EKG or some kind of heart rate monitor so that we can see when your heart rate goes up and when you get a little nervous on every trade, what we can do is find out what you're doing wrong on that trade. So if you go in, you put $1 in there, right? And you just let the dollar do its thing until it goes where it needs to go. Anybody gonna sweat over $1? $1. Right? Probably not. It's $1. Like literally just $1. I put $1 into a stock. Hey, do your thing. and it's moving. What's good, Val? And it's moving and the dollar's doing its thing. Nothing, right? 9 times out of 10, you're gonna let it go. Let it go where it needs to go. Thank you. That's it. Most probably not gonna, yeah, probably not gonna care. Yeah. No sweat over $1, right? I got something for y'all. Watch this. I'm just setting it up. I got something for you. Now, you probably are saying, hey, it's $1, whatever. Whatever. It's $1. Now, before I drop it on you, pause. Anybody who's gonna say that, I know somebody's gonna say it. Before I drop this, the bag drop. What else does that sound like? Now I gotta bring the fellas into it. Fellas, you hear a lot of people talk crap about men who sponsor their women. Or maybe you're just a little too cheap when it comes to dating. What do you mean pay for dinner? I ain't paying for that dinner. We going 50-50 on the dinner. T-Rex arms. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we're gonna talk about it. I told you we're gonna keep it fun and entertaining. And I'm gonna tie your real life, what's going on in your real life, I'm gonna tie it to why it's messing with your stock trading ability. Watch this. Now, most men who do that, they do it because of the correlation or the percentage of what they actually have. Now, what I mean by that is if the dinner that she wanted you to pay for costs $1, you'd pay for it, right? Type 1, fellas, if you're like, okay, $1 for the dinner, I got that. Big dog got that, right? Type 1, if now you cool. Now it's cool. Shit, dinner on me, baby. Upsize that. Look, what else you want? It's $1. What else you want, baby? She get you another meal. You need something to go. You need a plate to go. Go and get you another meal, baby. Right? Because it is the relationship with what you actually have in your pockets or in your bank account. Now, these same guys, now watch how I tie it. Ladies, I'm coming for you next. So don't you get too excited. Right? Now, these same guys who would say, hey, baby, do your thing, baby. It's $1. I got Big Daddy got you, right? That's when they stomp their feet and Big Daddy got dinner tonight, baby. Get you 3 of them. For $1, get you 3. Right? Because the relation of that dollar or the cost of that meal or the cost of that stock, I'm about to tie it together, hold tight with me. The relation to that meal and the money that he or she or he has in his bank is small enough not to get that heart rate up, right? So when the price is cheap enough in relation to your bank account, your heart rate doesn't go up on the date, nor does it go up in the stock market, which allows you to be a better date and to be a better trader. Let me drink some water because I don't think y'all hear where I'm going with this. I got you though. We just getting started. So that's right. Separate the emotions from the money. So I have just identified majority of you all's problems. Now, I'm still digging, so hold tight. Now, the average person, especially the man, we're sticking with the fellas right now. The average man would look at other men who may be spending on the dates, buying the bags, buying the whatever they buying for women nowadays. I don't know. I'm married. But I take care of my wife. So, I make sure she get whatever she wants, right? A lot of men went, oh, you tricking. You're buying expensive dinners and you're tricking over here and buying bags over there and you're buying this and buying that. You a simp. Right? These are your bad traders. Why do I say that? Because they are blaming. And a lot of y'all are simp traders because you are blaming the game on the man, right? There's a game being played, whether you want to admit it or not. But what bad traders do, or what simp traders do, is they lack accountability. They blame everything on the fact that the game is rigged, or the fact that you simping out over there. They blame everything on the game, right? And they talk down to all of the other men playing the same game that he's trying to play. Simp, you a simp, you a simp, you paying for it, you paying for it, you paying for it. Right? That's right. Hate the player. Don't hate the player. Don't hate the player. I don't like that. Don't hate the player. All right. Now watch this. In realization, or in real time, what's actually going on? What's good, Eon? I already know you're getting your walk. Now, in real time, what you don't realize is that the game that's being played, right? The game that's being played, you are playing it too. You are just playing outside of your parameters. In the dating world and in stocks, I'm trying to tie it together. That's the only reason I'm bringing dating into this, right? When I tried to do this before, people were like, oh, you're not a dating coach. I'm like, no, I'm trying to show y'all how it works. I'm trying to show you how your shitty dating life is actually why you are a bad trader. Your shitty dating life is the reason you can't trade stocks. And no accountability is the number one stop. It's the literally number one stop. Accountability. We'll get there though. We'll get there. So the men are calling all of the guys who are buying the person and stuff, they're calling them simps. Simp, 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 simp. What they're not realizing though, see, most of y'all here. Now let me, hold on, I gotta ask a question. All right, fellas, let me ask you a question first. If you see a man who just bought a woman, and maybe he's dating her, like really dating her. You see a man buy a woman a $5,000 purse. Are you calling him a simp? Is that a simp? Like, what's your relation to that? How do you feel about that? Type 1 if you're calling him a simp. If that's kind of simping. What, a $5,000 purse? Yeah, right. Is that a simp? Okay, we got one. Okay, we got one. Okay, most people saying no, it's not. Okay, ain't nothing to me. Depends. It's relative, depending on his bank account. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, so some of y'all are thinking. All right, Tom said beta type shit. Okay. Now, I want to see how many ones we got here. Now, y'all went crazy when I said, hey, if dinner was $1, you treating? If that purse was $1, shit, baby, get your purse. What up? You buying that purse, right? Type 1. Y'all buying that purse, right? If it's $1, y'all buying that purse, right? Cool. I know the one's gonna come in. I'm gonna just go on and answer. Cool. Okay. Y'all buying that purse. Okay. Got you. Got it. 5 of them, right? You just answered your question to stock trading and the issue between the broke motherfuckers and the people who got money. Because if I have $1 million in my account, a $5,000 purse is like $1 to you. Like literally $5,000 to me is like $1. Here, do your thing, shit. So you're looking up at me and saying, oh, you a simp, right? You a simp, $5,000. It's like, hey, motherfucker, you do realize I spent $700K on my car, right? Like $5,000, that's like play money, right? Literally, like you picked up off the ground, right? Okay, I'm going somewhere with that. I'm going somewhere with that, right? Now, that's an oil change. Shit, the oil change costs more than that. I had a pebble crack the windshield on my Lambo, and the damn windshield to replace it was $8,000 for a windshield. Right? Right? Now, what I'm getting at here, though, so hold tight. What I'm getting here at, or what I'm getting at here, is that you are all emotional because you have stepped into a game that people are allowed to be non-emotional with larger amounts of money. I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna say it slow. You are stepping into a game and playing a game that people can play with larger amounts of money and not be emotional. You are trying to play the same game, but the way you're playing it makes you emotional. Hey, this is crazy. Right? I'm gonna take a sip on that one. We're gonna have to take a sip on that one. You are playing a game where people are able to spend or put in large amounts of money and not be emotional. And then you come into the same game, and what you have to play with makes you emotional. It's no different in the dating world or in the stock market. It's no different. It's no different. So now that we have this figured out, what do? Do we stop playing the game? No, absolutely not. You gotta know your lane, baby. That's where it comes down to. You gotta know your lane. Fellas, a lot of times I see y'all date too high. You're trying to aim for this woman up here, right? You got to act your wage. That's right, Nelson. You got to know your place. See, back in the day, and I'm gonna tell you how we used to look at it. Back in the day, if you saw the little ugly dude with this real fine woman, we'd say something like, bro, she's out of your league. Because see, back when you're growing up, it's not a money game really, right? She's just out of your league. You just like, fine woman, she usually gonna date the ball player or the guy who's popular in school, who, maybe his family got a little money, so he always got the Jordans on or something, right? Y'all remember back in high school, middle school, right? You got to stay in your lane. She's out of your league, big dog. So she gonna have you simping out, big dog, because you're gonna have to do simp things to try to keep her happy. Well, it's the same thing in the stock market. You got to be a simp trader to try to keep you happy. Because what you're going to do is you're going to simp out for the potential. Watch this. Hold on. Watch this. You're going to simp out for the potential to get that right? That peach, right? You're trying to get into them draws. We know what's up. You're trying to get you some booty. It's cool, right? So you simping out. You know you out of your league. You're simping out for this woman in hopes to get lucky at the end of the day. You go to the stock market with that same energy. You know you out of your league in certain trades, but you go in anyway with way too much money and you simping. You out of your league in hopes that you get lucky at the end of the day. I mean, I don't know what y'all want from me. I can't make the breakdown no better than that. I'm telling you, you simping in the market for hopes that you get lucky at the end of the day. But if you bought your standards and your, I'm gonna say it this way, not even standards. If you bought your expectations down, you wouldn't be so emotional and you'd be better performing at the game. So, similar to dating, I'm going to keep using the dating, because I think it's landing for a lot of y'all. So I'm going to keep using the dating example. So, similar to the dating world, when you bring your standards down, fellas, ladies, I'm not done. I'm coming to you next. When you bring your standards down, fellas, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna stay right here because look, she cool with the little dollar date. She's cool with the little dollar date. Let's go, little park date, baby. Okay, cool. Let's go hang out. You here for some time? You just want some time? Cool. Let's go hang out. She's cool with the dollar date. So now your emotions aren't all over the place. After, when it's time to check out, when it's time to pay the bill, you're not on the phone checking your online banking account. She's asking you questions about what's your favorite color and when's your birthday. And you're like, hold tight. Before I swipe this card, let me look at my online banking account real quick. Make sure I don't get embarrassed trying to pay for this dinner. Right? I know what y'all going through. I know what a lot of y'all go through because I was you. I was there. Same mindset. I had to change who I was mentally so I could get to where I wanted to be. Emotionally, financially. Emma said, it's Malika Nobody. I love it. So what happens is, I know the overdraft, right? So what happens is in the stock market, it's the same way. If you lower your standards, meaning your expectation, or let me say it this way, if you lower your expectations, meaning you're not expecting to put in $500 and make 10,000. That's where most of y'all go wrong. You're not expecting to put in 500 and make 10,000. You put in 100 and then you get lucky at night and you make $10. That's a great trade. That's a great trade. That's 10%. See, this is what's wrong with a lot of y'all. I don't see enough people saying that's a great trade. Right? I don't see enough people saying that's a great trade. My profitable traders are saying it. Shout out to Eon. I see you, Eon. My profitable traders know what's up. Now, I'm not done tying it together. Watch this. That scarcity mindset, the reason why most people didn't like or didn't shout from the top of the from the top of their lungs for that $100 trade making $10, the reason why most people don't like that is because they don't have a lot right now, Because they don't have a lot, they're aiming for their dreams. Just like your dating, right? You ain't never been able to get the IG booty model. Fellas, you know, you always on a page, you liking her posts. Anytime she half naked, you like, You ain't never been able to get that. But every day you're doing something trying to aim for the dream. And you are a simp trader and you are a simp for this woman. You are doing things to extend or stretch yourself to make it work because you're aiming for the dream, right? That's what you do in the stock market. You extend yourself hoping to hit the dream. You're like, man, I think this is going to go great. I got a $500 account. This is going to go great. Here's $500. Let's see what you do. And I'm not buying shares because those options, they compound a little bit better. They go harder. They go up much faster, much higher. There's more profit to make with an option contract. So I'm gonna put my $500 on an option instead of putting $100 on shares. Message. I'm not done. Oh, you sleep much better at night with shares. And you still make a killing. I'm not sure if y'all been paying attention to the public profile. Oh, the public account. But you know how the Roku position, and I told y'all Roku was gonna pay me well. Roku ended up making me 41%. It took 2 weeks, maybe 3. Roku made me 40% in 3 weeks. If I had $1,000 in Roku, that's $400. Took 3 weeks. If I got $10,000 in Roku, that's $4,000 in 3 weeks. If I have $100,000 in Roku, that's $40,000 in 3 weeks. I ain't done. If I put $1 million in Roku, that's $400,000 in 3 weeks. You're losing sight. You're losing sight of the percentages. You're losing sight of the percentages. That's right. The Dow Jones that I call, it's moving too. A lot of stuff getting ready to move. I told y'all I got you. Right? If you're in STB or you're in the STB, the paid Discord, I'm gonna make sure y'all get some banger calls, right? Or alerts. I'm gonna do my best, right? I'm a 75, 85% trader, right? Which means if I give you 100 alerts, 75, 85 of them will be profitable. You just got to make sure you make, now we getting there. You got to make sure you make room to be able to trade most of them. Slim said, don't be modest, my guy. Slim, what would you say I am, man? I'll let y'all do it. I try to be modest, man. I don't want to flex too hard. What would y'all say? My STB folks who experience the alerts, what would you say? If I do 100, let's say I give out 100 alerts, how many are going to be right? In most cases. Okay, I'm getting a lot of 95%. I appreciate y'all, man. That's love. Val said 90, 90, 90. Nelson said you're rarely wrong. Okay, I appreciate you, family. The key is playing right. That's right. That's right. 95%, 91%. Jay said 97% over the last 3 years. 95%. Yeah, I appreciate you, family. 98%. Appreciate you, Dominic. Let's see. Just round up to 100. No, I mean, I try to be realistic, right? I try to be realistic with it. And I don't want to, I do my best to, keep humble. I try to be humble, right? Every now and then I'm gonna beat my chest because I know how good I am and how hard I go for y'all, how much I study. But when it comes to the win race, I'll let y'all dictate that. But we do well. We do well. I'll say that. All right. I do well for y'all. So we do well together. Okay. That's right. Best to downplay and let the results speak for themselves. You already know. Um, only time you're wrong is when it takes longer than expected. That's it. Which further brings us back to it brings us back to the shares. That makes our case for shares. If you can look at my alerts and you say, man, honestly, you've never been wrong. Sometimes it just took longer than we expected. Where it's like, well, shit, if we had shares, guess what? You never would have lost. I'm gonna say that again. All right, let me fix my glasses. These are blue blockers for those of y'all who are wondering. These are Warby Parker blue blockers. I love these. About a $200, maybe 150, something like that. I'm gonna say it again. If we're playing, right? That's right. Brian be going crazy too, right? Eon be going crazy too, right? So if we're playing and we're rarely wrong, like when I give out an alert, it's rarely wrong. Most of the time, if it's going to be wrong, it's just that it didn't hit in the time we thought it was going to hit, but it ended up hitting anyway. If you had shares, then that would mean you'd never be wrong, correct? At least under my guidance and help, if I can help you say, hey, here's a price target, it's going there. And it looked like it can get there in like 3 months, 3 weeks. And then it takes 6 months, 6 weeks, whatever. And it's like, damn, we were wrong. And then it hit, boom. And it's like, okay, we weren't. It hit that price target. Damn it. We needed a little bit more time. Right? So once again, the shares, they're up for grabs, right? They're up for grabs. Now, ladies, it's your turn. I got to get on you. I've gotten on the fellas. Ladies, it's your turn, right? Watch the numbers go down. I'm going to lose like 100 people. I won't hear it. I promise you it's going to make you a better trader. I promise you. The ladies, don't y'all lie to me. Fellas, you can chime in too. Because our moms do this. Our women do this. Our sisters do this. Ladies, what am I talking about? I'm talking about this type of lingo. Hey, oh, this just fell off. This just fell off the countertop. I can't believe we put it on the edge. We put it on the edge and that caused it to fall. It's like, what the hell you mean we? You put that up there. Ladies, am I hitting you yet? Hold on, I ain't done. That's just one of them. What did we do with that remote? I cannot find that remote to save my life. What did we do with that remote? Some of you, he said F off. Some of you won't even say we, that you're so unaccountable, you won't even say we. You'll be like, hey, what'd you do with the remote? Why'd you leave this hanging on the edge like that? This thing almost fell on me. It's like, you were the last one with the remote. You were the last one who touched that up there. Right? It was you, baby. It was you. It was you. Be talking French, oui, right? I ain't getting a lot of women who chiming in, and that's okay. But my fellas, they know what's up. We know what's up. We deal with women in all walks of our life, all aspects, right? And my mom used to do this. Yeah, we still love y'all. My mom used to do this. My female like cousins, and because I don't have any sisters, but like my female cousins and aunts, they did it, right? I've dated plenty of women who all of them do the same thing, right? Why'd you leave? I can't believe you left the air up like this. It's like, I ain't touched that air in 3 years. I'll let you dictate what the air is gonna be, right? Ladies, I'm glad y'all feeling me, right? I'm glad you're feeling me. Okay, now, It's a pretty much for the most part, it's an accountability issue. That's it. And I don't even want to call it an issue. But it starts with accountability. Now, I'll be totally honest with y'all. I'm not just saying this because it's my wife. I'm saying this, and honestly, I think this is why we're so happy together. One of the reasons. My wife has been one of the only women that I've known that actually takes accountability for her stuff. Right? She takes accountability for her stuff. She does something. Oh man, I can't believe I did that. I'll fix that. I'll work on it. I'm like, man, you'll work on it, so it wasn't my fault. You'll work on it? Hey, you coming with me. Let's get married. like, come on, you coming with me. I'm marrying you because that's real. So either you are a man or you are just a rare woman, right? Now, lucky for me, I grew up with this woman. We've been knowing each other. I've been knowing my wife since we were 15, right? I worked my first job with my wife, right? So I've been knowing her since she was in high school. So I know she ain't a man. Thank God. But no, seriously, like I don't see many women like this. So I'm like, either you a man or you just a real woman. You coming with me, right? You coming with me. So my wife just walked by and looked at me. That's funny. That's funny. Hey, I don't want to get y'all in trouble at home, right? Don't let me get y'all in trouble. But seriously though, this is something that cannot carry over to the stock market. Because if it's always somebody else's fault, you never can correct what you are doing wrong. Karina, I love it. I love it. Yeah, we all have our moments. It's all good. We're human. We're human. So, once again, if it's never your fault, you can't correct where you may be going wrong. So, similar to how I did with the fellas, ladies, let's talk about a few situations that you can look at. I can look at your life and I can tell a woman, I can tell if she's going to be good at stock trading or not. If I ask a woman, hey, all of your exes, all of them, they are your ex instead of your current boyfriend or partner because they messed up, right? It was something they did. And 98% of the women, I'm like, damn right it was their fault. I ain't have nothing to do with that. As a matter of fact, we'd be growing old and gray together if it wasn't for him messing it up. Family said no comment. Right? You picked them though. It's right, Jacqueline. It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. And every action has a reaction, which means every reaction had a starting action, right? Some of us, I mean, y'all think we kind of like do this, but we don't just jump out of bed and say, you know what, I'm gonna be crazy today. No, it's probably something that's it's a reaction to an action, and that's both sides. I'll be honest, it's both sides, men and women. Right? But I know, right, Eon? But seriously, we have to look at in the mirror, basically. You have to look at yourself, look in the mirror, and ask yourself, what could you do better? What could you do better? This instantly makes you a better stock trader. Ladies, I'm talking to you. Because I know y'all want to get to this bag. Y'all want to secure the bag, right? Toya said, nah, I reflected and made changes ASAP. I love it. And but see, that is a quality. And that's probably why you're even here, Toya. because you know, look, I need some help with stock trading. So you come find help, right? That's how it works. Well, what I could do with a woman, I could look at a woman and I can ask her that question. Hey, all of your exes, are they your exes because of them or is it because of you? And most women say, oh, it's because of them. I ain't doing nothing wrong. They take that same energy to the stock market. And see, I know that type of person, that type of woman, I ain't do nothing wrong. Yeah, they were wrong. They were trash. Most of them, all of them were, they weren't shit, whatever, right? I can instantly look at it and go, you're going to be a horrible stock trader. You're going to be a horrible stock trader. Horrible. Why? Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Why? Because 9 times out of 10, something's going to go wrong in the stock market and you're going to find a way to matrix. How did the matrix do the fucking, you trying to dodge bullets and shit? You're going to find ways to dodge what you did wrong. Wasn't me. No. I know there was resistance right there, but now the market must be doing something crazy. I know that was support and I was going short into support, but man, those damn whales, it was the whales' fault. Who called that alert? I know I held calls going into a fucking sell zone. You look, you dodging the hell out of them bullets. I knew. Y'all be doing the matrix like a motherfucker, dodging the hell out of them bullets. Yeah, it wasn't my fault. I'm going to find somebody, the damn puppy. My dog came in here and tapped the keyboard while I was trying to exit that trade. My broker is slow. I had somebody do this the other day to Brian. I saw they were talking shit to Brian. That's probably like 3 weeks ago. Brian, you should put what type of calls we should be getting into as far as the bid and the ask. Where should we buy it? Because when you get into these alerts, when you give these alerts out, for some reason, I'm the only one who's losing. Dodging the hell out of them bullets. Oh, so the alert was wrong. Or, oh, it's your broker and the bid and the ask. Oh, really? That's right. You're the one, damn it. You're the one. You're Neo. You're the one dodging all the fucking accountability. You're the one who was dodging all the fucking accountability. I'm gonna take a drink on that one. I got myself over here cracking up. Man, dodging accountability. It's sad, but it happens. It happens. So once again, the next time you get ready to look at something and blame it, also ask yourself, damn, is that how I'm trading? Anytime it's somebody else's fault. Damn, is that how I trade? I'm at a light, somebody cut me off. I'm blowing on, you cut me off. Well, did they cut you off? Were you speeding? Were you in the wrong fucking lane? What did you do? Could you possibly have done? At the stoplight, a lot of people pull too far out, and there's a line that you're supposed to stay behind when the light is red, right? I've seen it. My people especially. We'll pass that line at the stoplight. It's a red light. We'll pass the line and have the nose of the car pass the line. And then if somebody turns from the other light and get a little too close, you start looking at them like, hey, you need to get back. You need to turn better and watch what the fuck you're driving, right? I see it all the time. Watch where you driving. You got too close to my car. And it's like, really? With your fucking nose sticking out into the damn, the nose of your car is sticking out way past the white line. And you are mad at the person who got too close for turning going against you. I can't make this up. That's right. Don't let somebody walk through the crosswalk, right? It's their fault that you in the crosswalk. Why are you looking at me like that? Something wrong with you? No, you're in the crosswalk, baby. Like I was just trying to walk across the street, and now I got to do this big ass U-E around the nose of your car because you came out too far. But it's my fault. And if I don't even have to look at you weird. I can just kind of like look at you, and it's like, what are you looking at? Like, yeah, I'm out here. What? Once again, accountability. Emma said, don't call me out like that. I'm just saying, Emma, right? Literally, it's the small things we don't pay attention to that make it literally makes us weaker in the stock market. It's the little things that we don't pay attention to. It's the little flaws in humanity that make most of us not so good at stock trading. Just the little things. Val said, the message you sent me, coach, on back testing my losses has been helpful. I'll be hedging consistently and I'm spending more hours back testing. There we go. There we go, Val. There we go. That's it. That's how you win. That's right, man. Keep y'all's trades out that crosswalk. Right? But no, so to give an example, so Val, she's an STB. Very bright, brilliant young woman. And she asked me a question. She said, Tay, I'm losing some of my shorter term trades. I can't figure out what's going on. It's okay, Val. Now, Val, I've been doing this for, over a decade. So I know how the game works. So the first question I asked Val was, okay, what do you do after a loss? Watch this. I could have been talking about anything. You're losing a relationship. Now, Val, you're not old enough to have the experience for that yet. But losing a relationship, what do you do after a loss? Losing the stock market, what do you do after a loss? Lose at a game, what do you do after the loss? Do you review game tape? Do you play? See, true professionals in sports, they evaluate their performance. They evaluate their performance. I'm gonna say it one more time. They evaluate their performance. That's right. Mondays was always tape day, right? You have to reflect. Man, I took a loss. Why did I lose? What did I not see? And when you go back, usually, when you go back, you look, you're like, I bought calls and it was right at resistance. God dang it. Hit resistance, fail. That was actually my fault. That wasn't the whales. It wasn't the damn market. The news in the market was, no, it was you. And if you go back and you revisit your loss, you will see why it happened. Val said, I didn't enter properly and I see why. There you go. And what happens is the more you see the same mistake over and over, it's like, okay, that mistake is costing me a lot of money. I can now tweak it. Okay, maybe I need to wait till it hits resistance or hits support all the way before I buy it. Some of y'all are buying in between support and resistance, and you don't know which way it's gonna go because you bought it in the middle. You're like, I'm gonna buy some calls. It go down. You're like, I get out of there. It bounce off support and then it go to resistance. But it's like, how did I lose that? It did what I thought it was gonna do. Yeah, you bought it too early. You weren't patient. Nelson said, facts. I've been through that. Yeah, it happens a lot. You got resistance, you got support. People about right here. It goes to support, they get scared. I'm out of here. Especially because you went too heavy. Those are your two things right there. You went too heavy. Oh man, it moved $5, and because you went too heavy, you can't take the drawdown. It's like, ugh. I put all my money in there, and I'm down 50%. Yeah, you got in the middle, and it went 50% down. It took 50%, and then it bounces off support, and then it goes to resistance, and you would have won if you would have just waited and bought support. That's it. That is literally it. Tammy said that was me Tuesday. Yeah. Keith said mine with 3 indicators has helped me. Good. Yeah, it's a system. And honestly, everything that I've taught for free on YouTube, it's a system that if you just apply everything I taught just on the YouTube, you can be a profitable trader. Literally, I've taught support resistance. I've taught EMAs. Honestly, I'm very dangerous with just support and resistance and EMAs alone. I'll F some stuff up. That's all I need. That's literally all I need. Support and resistance. You find me, you let me find all of my, my needed support and resistance in the area I'm trading. I know exactly where the stock is going. Right? So once again, there's always a reason why something is happening. Okay? It's up to you to figure it out. Change it, tweak it, make it better. All right? That's it. I posted my loss in Discord. I know why. That's why I'm still here as well. I broke my rules. Naked. Couple of chart signs. I could have been on. Yeah, could have been patient. Absolutely. About spot put today at Resistance Friday swing. Pray for me. I mean, look, I'm actually with you. We got some area down on the spot. We have some area we need to close. This STP Market Watch. Let's go over the chart before I get off of here, right? Let's go over the ES. I'm going to go over the SPY tonight because the ES just changed its expiration dates. So there's a big ass gap up on the ES1. I'll show you. But we'll go over it for the Market Watch so I can leave you all with, just a little game for the night. A little game for the night. All right, let's go trading view. Let's see what we got. So I'll show you that gap up on the ES. Right. Eon said, good class. It's free. Hey man, I'm a giver. That's what makes me a good stock trader. I'm generous. And Eon, we got so much game up here. Honestly, we can give out a bunch of free stuff and run circles around people paid programs. I get why people are afraid to buy into people's stock trading courses. I get it. Because I dropped some free stuff and 5 of my free videos will kick. Literally, find me almost anybody who has a stock trading course and my shit will annihilate them. My free shit will annihilate their paid courses. So I get why people are so fucking scared. They're like the last guy I paid for a stock course, he scammed me because his Like literally his shit was trash. He wasn't teaching anything. Right? And then here I come. I put out 5, 10 free videos, and it's like, bro, you're not gonna like charge for that? Like, I mean, that was better than like everybody else's paid shit. The reason why I know and I'm laughing because I've been in most of these people's stock courses. They do one or two things because I like to see what other people are doing. And I'm not too good of a trader to say, hey, maybe you can teach me something. Maybe I can learn something from you. So I'll go in there. Let me see what you got, what you're teaching. I've been in most of them. I ain't talking about nothing. Most of them. I ain't talking about nothing. That's right, Eon. The well ran dry for a lot of them. Facts. But over here, our well runs deep. I can teach a class every day and still have fresh material. Right? It's a real thing. Okay. So let's go over today. We're going to talk about, remember I told you all, we can go with just a naked chart and you can really see what's going on just based on just kind of looking at the structure of things, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down. You don't need really much of anything. Just kind of look at the up, down motions. What does that look like? It looks like it's bullish, right? And it is, right? We're like literally a lot of times when people are like, I don't know what the direction is going. Take a step back. Take a step back. We're in an upward motion, right? We're in an upward motion. Now, I'll be honest, this right here would have clapped out a lot of people, but I'm just saying, like, if you just take a step back, it'll kind of show you where we're going, right? Yeah, we're bullish as hell. All right. Now, once again, don't be fooled by this gap up. That gap up is because of the contract change. That's all that is. The contracts just went from June expiration to a September. So that does that on the ES, which is why I said we're going to go to the SPY, right? We're going to look at the SPY and see what we have going here. Now, yeah, it's pulling back on the hour. Yeah, it definitely is. It's going to pull back, and then I think it'll continue for Friday. So now that we're here, all right? So you're saying the move don't count? I mean, it does. And to be honest with you, from my experience, it always closes that gap. Always. Now, market gonna do whatever the hell the market wanna do. Y'all know that's my saying, right? But I'm bearish because I want to close that gap on the ES1. Yep. So I still think it's going to fall. And right now I'm in a position to go against it. Okay. Yeah. Nvidia needs to fall. SCB, we've already gone over that. We know where Nvidia is going over the next year. We've already gone to that. Okay. So that being said, real quick, since we're here, we're gonna go over a few things. Support and resistance, right? We can literally take it back to a larger time frame. Of course, we know we are bullish. You can just look at that. This is why I love trend lines, or what some people may call a speed line. We'll go over that probably in the next few classes. I'm going to talk about speed lines, okay, and how to trade them. What's the difference between a speed line and maybe a channel line, right? We'll talk about it. But anyway, this speed line lets me know we are bullish, right? This is a bullish trend right now, right? Until we break this speed line, I am bullish, I am bullish, I am bullish, I am bullish. Now, that don't mean I don't trade against the bullish, but I just make sure I know what I'm looking for, right? Now, we have a pivot high right here. So that looks like resistance to me. If you even look before that, we also had a pivot high here, right? And I almost can guarantee you it's stopping right there. Oh, well, would y'all look at that? Would you? That's some Jim Carrey stuff. Would y'all look at that? Look at that right there. Tick, tick, tick. It's literally resistance, resistance, resistance. Super simple. I didn't have to do much. I didn't have to do much. What do I mean? Hey, you say you don't have to do much. What does that mean? When it hit the line, short it. When it hit the line, short it. Now, I'm not telling you to do that every time, because usually if you get 1 or 2 hits, it'll blow through that line. So I'm not telling you to keep doing that, right? And here, honestly, here recently, the last few weeks, every Friday has been pretty bullish. So I'm not looking to go against any Friday moves. If I'm being totally honest with you. If it's bullish, damn it, we riding with the bullish trend. All right. Another place we can look. So we got some support. Once you get above it, we got some support right in here, right in here. And if we look back far enough, trying to see if I can find a better V or a better U. It's not really any on the daily chart. But as you see, we don't need them, because remember, this line right here, that's support. And look, it's front running it. But yeah, this pivot high, or this, it's not even a pivot high, honestly, but it is a support area. Because as you see, support, support, resistance. Look at that. Resistance, 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 support, resistance, resistance, support. So this line is respected heavily. Support. This is all y'all have to do. Support, support, support. Listen, y'all, this stuff is not hard. Right? The hard part is not the charting. The hard part, because you're not looking in the mirror. I'm gonna just start doing that. Anybody who shows up, y'all gonna know what this means. Right? You're losing with your trading because you're doing this. You dodging. Whose fault was it? Wasn't my fault. What? Y'all know y'all do the little lip. What? Wasn't me. Wasn't my fault. I don't know what you're talking about. But just take a look at this. There's got to be something that's propping this up too. My mouse didn't click the right thing. Let me go back and see if we can find some more support. Let's see. Okay, I like this. So this pop-up, I know it's very like weird to see, but this pop-up, move down, pop up. This little area right here, I know it's hard to see. You kind of have to be, you just have to chart a lot to see it. I'll just say that, right? You really need to just be very good at seeing the V and the U. But what that's doing, it's moving in this pivot zone, right? It's like moving. It's like, I want to go up. No, I don't. Okay, I'm going down. No, I don't. I want to go up. Okay, and I'm going to stay here and go up a little bit more. So that let me know that there's some buyers and sellers in that area, right? And it should show back here. Hello. Hello. So I can delete the rest of them. Shit. I can delete most of them. This is where we are. We're right here. Until I break to the top or break to the bottom, I don't want to hear nothing. We're gonna dance in here, baby. Let's dance. Buy it at the top, or excuse me, short it from the top, take it to the bottom. Pause. That's a $2 fall. You buy it here, take it back to the top. That's one day down, you buy it here, one day back up, you sell it here, one day back down. It's actually, that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's 3 day trades. Literally every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you made money just hitting the support or hitting the resistance, taking it to support, taking it from support back to resistance, back from resistance. And look, that was in the same day. Literally, you held it overnight. So from Tuesday going into Wednesday morning, look, 9:30, it hit, you shorted right there, boom, falls that day. Matter of fact, that 4-hour candle, so it wasn't even a whole day. That 4-hour candle took you back right back here. You bought it here and it took you right back the same, well, not the same day, but the next day. So literally, like that's 3 day trades right in this support zone. It break out of the support zone, you go find the next support zone. Support and resistance. I'm telling y'all, this stuff is not hard. It's really not that hard. Now I can make it complex by telling you where it's going, and I can tell you, hey, if we break this zone, we're going here, and if we break here, we're going there. I guarantee if it goes here, it's going there. I mean, it can get complex because I can get a lot more advanced. But if we just want to keep it plain Jane simple, it can dance, and it often does, in a range. In a range. That's it. It just dances in a range. We can erase this. We can erase that, and I can just find you some ranges. That's it. What I usually do, I'm just looking at current price action. Where you falling? Okay, you got a few places you're gonna fall to. I saw you blew through this, you held resistance. Okay, gotcha. Find me another V. That's a V. Okay, cool. You hit that. Oh, you blew through it, you held resistance. Oh, you're trying to fall. Right? When I see it blow through it and it come up, oh, that's resistance. You don't want support. Got it. Find me the next area. Fall down, pop up. Boom. Does it make it down here? Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Boom. They bought it up a little earlier, but that's because this was support. Where does it go back to? Resistance. Can we get above the resistance? Oh, we do. And where do we go? We get above it and we go to support. This is a 4-hour chart, so you can see this playing out on a 30-minute chart if you want to trade short term. Here, boom. Where's my next area? I got pivot high here. That's a baby V. It might get in there. It might get in there and dance around for a minute. Let's see. Okay, so it's going back to see if it wants to test. Oh, didn't come far back. All right. Got right back above, got above, and then held resistance right at this V. Came down, popped up. It's really like a U. That's a U, right? If I draw a line, that's a U, or like a little butt right there. All right. So there's a V here, there's a U here. That's all it's doing. That's it. There's, look, pop up, fall. There's a V there. I'm keeping this thing real simple. I told you I don't need much. I short resistance, I buy support. It's down here support. Take me up. Right? That's it. That's literally it. Let me see if I can catch one at resistance. I was just about to say, let me see if I can catch one at resistance. It hit resistance. Look, it blew through 3 supports. But I could have just grabbed here and got out here. It's $4 fall, $5. Easy money. That's the same day. A lot of y'all want to learn how to play 0 DTEs. There you go. There you go. Right? And it just bounces in between these zones like clockwork. Right? So with that being said, now that we can fast forward to the future, where are we going near term? As my backdrop for the night, where are we going near term? Well, look at this V. Pop down, popped up, boom. I like that V right there. So 9 times out of 10, if we can get above this little bad boy right here, 9 times out of 10, It's probably going to 436. Tomorrow's Friday. It may do it tomorrow. You're welcome. All right, family. So that was my time for the night, man. Y'all got a lot out of me tonight. But I did want to come in and show love. So I feel like this right here, if you just continue to show up, I think it's going to help you. But you got to show up. You got to show up. The free stuff alone should help you make money, right? Like always, I demand you to back test. I demand you to paper trade, right? Don't go and put real money into this. Paper trade it first. Build your confidence, get profitable, and then you can do it, right? Other than that, when I put this on YouTube, y'all share my shit. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of that stuff while it's on YouTube. Show love, show love. There are too many people here for me not to have 100 comments, damn it. Just put some fires in there. Show me some love. That's all I want. That's all I want. All right. That being said, y'all enjoy y'all's Friday. Y'all enjoy y'all's weekend. I'll see y'all Monday. I'm out.
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These products